Hi guys, Chef Josh G here. I just want to do a quick video on how to make our own sourdough starter. I have another video on how to maintain our sourdough starter, but this is if you want to make your own from scratch, and then we can maintain this one for infinite amount of time to come, basically. Okay, what I want to start with, I usually use an organic rye to start a sourdough starter with, but I happen to have this organic spelt flour. And the reason that this is okay to use, I'll give a quick shout out for the Anitas, our local flour here. The reason that this one is okay as opposed to the rye, and the reason that we usually use the rye, is it might be hard to read here, but the ingredients here, if it shows, we have just in here, it's organic sprouted whole grain spelt. Okay, so the only thing that's in here is basically just the grains, and the reason that we want that is we don't want any of the preservatives which may prevent it from kind of fermenting or starting that sourdough process. Okay, so I have in here 30 grams of the organic spelt flour. I haven't done anything to it. I didn't sift it or anything like that. And I have here just tap water. I didn't leave it out overnight to like dechlorify it or anything like that. It's not hot, it's not cold, it's just around room temperature. Okay, definitely I don't want to have it warm. It wouldn't affect it over this amount of time if I did happen to use like more chilled water either. Okay, I'm just going to tar up my scale. So I have on here, I have in here is 30 grams of the organic spelt flour, and I'm going to add 30 grams of my water. Okay, so 30 grams of water here and 30 grams of my organic spelt flour. And what this is going to make is a little bit of like a paste, or kind of like almost like a batter kind of thickness, I guess. Depending on if you use the rye or the spelt flour, you might notice a small difference. And other kinds of flours with no additives might be okay, but I really suggest the rye, I think, is the best one to go with. Okay. So here, I have a nice little paste, okay, if you want to call it, or a nice little batter. I use these containers because they're the perfect size for the pizza doughs, and I like to make sourdough pizza. I'm just going to put the lid on top of here. I'm not going to seal it tightly. I want to let some of that natural bacteria from the air kind of, and some of the natural microbes, yeast, whatever, from the air come in. And get this sourdough kick starting as well. Okay, so now I'm going to find a nice comfy spot for this in the cupboard. I'm not going to seal it. I just leave the lid on top of it, and we're going to visit it again in 2 days. Okay, so in 2 days we're going to add to this. This is a 5-day process. On day 5, we would actually be able to bake bread from this. And then if you check the sourdough starter video, the sourdough starter maintenance video, there's some great advice there to how to maintain it after that. Okay, so it's been 2 days since we started our sourdough starter. We mixed our spelt flour and our water, or it could be our rye flour and our water. So you can see it's like a liquidy. There is actually a little bit of excess liquid at the top, but nothing much going on. We're going to add 30 grams more of our spelt flour and 30 grams more water. We're going to mix it up. We're going to leave it another 2 days, and I'll be back. So actually, it's only been about maybe 18 hours since I fed the starter, and it's already quite active and quite bubbly. So we're going to feed it at a normal ratio now. So I have another video that shows our sourdough starter maintenance, but we're going to take this and we're going to feed it at a ratio of 1 to 3 to 3. So that means we're going to take like basically 20 grams of this starter, and then we're going to take 60 grams of our spelt flour, and we're going to take 60 grams of water. And then after we feed it that time, it's okay to start to feed it with any flour after our next feed. So if you can see, like, quite bubbly and active. So we'll feed it now, and it's ready to go after that. Hope this video helps. I just want to do a kind of a quick correction also. So depending on your environment, my starter is ready basically 1 day early. So I said it's about 5 days till you can use it, but actually, so I fed it again now for the last time, and after this is fine to use. So 4 or 5 day process. Other than that, good luck.